toes with your theory to the test. We be the SPS. Raw bunching to the dead. Show me what you know. Beliefs and principles. And say it with your chest. Melanin popping, and we gonna see conversation, reality. What you want, we got what you need. A dose of the truth, a brick of the street. Gotta touch grass when you on this scene. Sometimes seem too gray to me. Either it is or it ain't. Gotta keep it tall. Small thoughts, R.I.P. Flawed in all. Righteous call. Grow folks tall. BS fall. Pull your stack. Break your guard. Stereotypes can't play this long. Throw your scripts against this wall. Talking points to your flaw. Legs to limb. Take this wall. Gotta keep it trill. Gotta keep it raw like yes. Or bunch it to the dead. Talk about the globe. Standing 10 toes with your theory to the test. We be the SBS. Or bunch it to the dead. Show me what you know. Beliefs and principles. And say it with your chest. Too extreme to ever be. We bring balance to how you think. Do it make sense? Will it really work? Put it to the test. Tell me what you seen, what you heard. Would it really be? Did you fail? Did it succeed? Hey, what you want? Here's what you need. Get out your brain and get on your feet. SPSPOD, RAW, we need you to tap that blue leak. Chop it up, tap it in, and let's speak. Let's see the trap of the nerd, the high girl swerve, the wife, the husband, the bee, the single, the baddie, the righteous, the ratchet. All get a chance to speak. SBS. Or bunch it to the dead. Talk about the globe. Standing 10 toes with your theory to the test. We be the SBS. Or bunch it to the dead. Show me what you know. Beliefs and principles. And say it with your chest.
Check. Let's go. Yeah. Welcome to the SPS podcast. You are now tapped into the Raw Bunch. I'm your host, DJ Strata, and we are the Raw Bunch. Before we get into the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss the next live. Normally we here, at least now, weekly Thursdays at this time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. CJ, what's good with you, Brody?
What up, though?
Cooling. How's everything?
Man, I'm living this American dream. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm here. It's cold as a bitch. Let me say that. Because I forgot to bring that up, bro. It's cold. It's been cold all fucking day. This cold weather is about to irritate sinuses and all. What up, though?
What up,
like,
DC? Good, Brody.
This shit about to irritate my soul a little bit. 1 minute, it's like, oh, it's kind of warm out here. Then it's raining. Then I wake up and it's ice on my fucking car. Like, bro, can I just get a normal day of weather in North Carolina, bro? God, other than that, I'm good.
That's what's up, bro. So, when you hear the word information overload, what do you think?
Information overload.
Mm-hmm.
I think of like you getting told you're probably like not even mentally prepared for it. I think you can, if you're mentally prepared to get a lot of information, it gets received better. So I think one, in the time of it happening, you're not mentally prepared.
Okay.
Two, it's like a series of different forms of information, and the odds are they probably don't even intertwine with each other, but you're getting hit by it all at one time. To the point you damn near like your brain just like D, like it just gotta stop, like, hey, hold on, stop, reset. That's what I think that is.
All right, so now let's add another layer to that. What do you think about information overload when it comes to consuming content and trying to enact what you're getting into your relationships? Think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't. I want them to say it's more than likely. It's more of a bad. It's more of a bad thing than a good thing, because when people get information, not everybody knows what to do with the information.
Okay.
You see, or they interpret it. They can interpret. They get the information, and then their interpretation of it is not what it's supposed to be interpreted, or they interpret it in a way that it's like, oh, it just said the apples are fucking green and orange, and they like, nah, nigga, it's teal and lavender. Like, see, so they interpreted it differently than what the original message was. So I think if a person getting information, they don't decipher it well, they're gonna use it wrong.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you think, like, apply that directly to what we see in relationships? And I'm talking about now the
And
PO propaganda community, the feminist movements, the extreme versions of both. Like, what do you think is happening with those people that are consuming them contents at heavy clips?
I think a lot of motherfuckers is interpreting it wrong. Like,
Okay.
I think a lot of them using it wrong. Like, too many people are interpreting certain things that get said in social media, and then they try to throw it into their relationship. Like, well, so and so said this, that, and the third. So you should that should be how it should be. That's how it's supposed to be. But in reality, all right, man, because you wake me up a
Yeah.
little bit. In reality,
Uh.
when motherfuckers go on these social media platforms,
Mm-hmm.
they it's too many different platforms. They're gonna say too many different things, right?
Okay.
You're gonna come across somebody's gonna say something that you don't like. What up though?
What's
You're
up,
gonna come
Joe?
across somebody that say something that you don't like. You're gonna disregard them like, oh, he ain't talking about nothing. Then you're gonna come across something that somebody says that you do like, or at least it sounds good. Like, oh, I kinda like that. Then you're gonna come across somebody that say something that's really how you currently thinking right now. Whether it's right, moral, immoral, whatever,
Right.
whoever's saying it, they're saying it in a way that's like, damn, I'm not the only one that feel that way. Well,
Oh.
now you're gonna really listen to them, whether it's right or wrong,
Uh-huh.
whether you should be listening to this bullshit or not. It's because in that moment, that's how you feeling. So because they got a big platform, they saying it, that means they got a big following that's also feeling the same way you feeling. So now you about to follow them and go by whatever they think. And now and at some point, you in this crowd with the rest of them, you now literally believe that your way of thinking is the right way. And if anybody's thinking outside of what you and these other people that are following the same route that you following, and that Messiah, that's the original person that brought y'all out here in the first place, if anybody thinking outside of y'all, they the enemy. They wrong. They need correction. You see what I'm saying? And
Okay.
that's what happens a lot. People end up picking the wrong person to get the information from instead of taking time to like, all right, this is the information. Let me decipher this and see what's the good and bad of this. They just automatically be like, this is what I'm feeling right now. I want that. Boom.
I like it. I'm gonna answer a question and I'm gonna ask you. No, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna ask you for your feedback to add to what I'm saying. What I'm saying, and I agree with everything you said. Let's start there. I think that confirmation bias is real, and a lot of times when you go looking for what makes you feel good in the moment, you'll end up creating an echo chamber. Shout out to Chuck. I think he just put that joint in the chat. Yep, it's the echo chamber effect for sure, bro. So what happens is where you at, you find somebody that can bolster your point, and they'll probably give you other ways to explain how the fuck you feel better than you can. So now, as an opposed to even finding a solution or getting out of your funk, you just articulating it better. But the problem is, by the time you get to apply the shit, you're just applying more of the issue you find yourself in, right? And so it fucks everything up. And I think that the observation I wanted to bring to you, bro, is I think that when we're having these conversations, bro, on YouTube and on internet, we got to start removing things that aren't practical to use. Meaning, I'm sick of seeing on social media and see people make videos about what you bring to the table. Because what the fuck does that sound like in an actual conversation with somebody you like? Do you
Nothing,
ever even
bro.
say it? It's a bunch of nothing. It's almost like,
Nothing, bro.
yeah, and that's what be killing me about this shit, CJ. It's like the things that they're trying to get you to think about or your brain to consider, it ain't even practical in use in real life. Because when you ask it, either you set yourself up for a dumbass question, or back to the echo effect, the answer you get based on everything you consumed is going to make you make a predetermination of somebody that you don't know. Because think about it, bro. That question, I'm only harping on this. What do you bring to the table? Because I think that can kind of fuck up the rest of a date if you a dude out here dating, right? Or even if you a lady. If somebody asks you what the fuck you bring to the table, we're taught, or at least I've heard, that if a woman responds in kind and says, "I am the table," this bitch don't bring nothing. You feel me? But now let's take it off of any rhetoric. If you were to genuinely ask a woman that she's like, "I am the table," and if she's kind of cute because you're on a date with her already, your eyebrows might be like, tell me more. But I don't even get to the tell me more because I've heard this repeated by so many, let's say, women that aren't attractive that say "I am the table," that if somebody I'm sitting across of that I like say it, now you are those, whether you want to be or not. And I think that that's what makes this dangerous is if you try to take some of this shit and applying it directly based on a natural response of somebody that's not exposed to this shit, you'll end up in a jam because if they respond like anything you heard, it's going to confirm a bias that might not be true. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So my question to you is, what it could be rhetoric, advice, questions have you heard over the internet that you think does not translate well in the earth?
Bro, too much. All right, so boom. I was around the Fresh and Fit before Fresh and Fit got the contract with OnlyFans. And if you was really around that long, you knew that Fresh and Fit wasn't who they are today. Before the OnlyFans thing kicked off.
Yeah.
Myron's hairline was already gone. He was wearing the hat all the time. Fucking Fit Fresh was a goofy ass nigga, then he's a goofy ass nigga now, just with more money. But they had a lot of their biggest thing was Big Bank Wednesday. That was the main time I watched them. It's when they actually gave great advice on finances, on stocks. I literally got into crypto because of Fresh and Fit for that reason. But once the OnlyFans thing kicked off, I tried to stick around for the Wednesday shit, but then the Wednesday thing kind of stopped too because they started having them girls on shows all the time and arguing with them and fussing. So then it fell off, right? But then every now and then you still get the clips of their shows. And they up there telling us, well, if a woman's not in the gym every week, if she's not keeping herself fit, she's not this and the third, get rid of her, drop her. If you're not making six figures, you don't need a woman. You need to get yourself in the gym. You need to be making six figures. You need to be doing this. You need to be. I'm just like, these motherfuckers be giving people such shitty advice, and because by that time they already got this big, massive audience that's attached and this big following attached to them, these motherfuckers believe it. They in the comments agreeing with it, dropping $20 super chats like hell yeah. No, bro, like saying shit like, oh, if she's got more than two bodies, you don't need her. You'll never know how many bodies she's got, bro. You'll never know. You'd have to be the fly in the wall and follow her whole life to know that shit, bro. You'll never know. Like it's too many different. I'll go on all day about the amount of things that they tell you that a man's gotta be, he can't be. Even if you ain't that, you ain't shit. You gotta have your own car. You gotta have a 800 credit score. You gotta have six figures. And this is what guys were telling guys at one point. And then at some point, that echoed into the voices of women to the point he gotta have six figures. He's gotta be over 6 feet. He's gotta be athletic. He's gotta no. That on social media, it sounds good. On social media, it gets views. On social media, it has value saying it on social media for whatever to hit those numbers and shit. But it also has a negative result because the audience that's out there is actually feeding into it and believing it. And then those individuals will take it as far as taking it to their real world and realize what they try to bring to the real world is not working. Well, you're over 200 pounds. Or you don't make six figures. It's like, well, now all of y'all single now.
Yeah.
You didn't get nowhere. You did the same thing you saw on social media. You're still
Mhm.
single. So what happened? What did you gain from that?
I like
But you want to know what the new one is that's really getting, and I've seen it more, in all honesty, in 2025, the new one. This is it's where the ladies are making being a hoe and getting money doing whole shit, like actual whole shit. And to them, it's not being a hoe. It's getting to the bag. That's what it is.
Oh,
It's not being a hoe. It's a hustle. It's getting your money, getting to the bag. But if what are you doing to get to the bag? If they
yeah.
say OnlyFans, whole shit. If they say tricking a nigga, whole shit. Like,
Yeah.
but they just not saying that. They just say, "Oh, I'm getting to the bag. I'm getting to the money on this whole shit." But
Okay.
because you're not saying that,
Yeah.
because if somebody else say it, it sounds insulting. They get mad. But they just say, "I'm getting to the bag." So now we at a point where they're making it the norm
Hmm.
to be a walking prostitute. Only difference is you ain't got a pimp. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying? That's what I'm seeing now.
Okay. That's solid. I think you're right, man. I think that, like you said, the application pre and post is bad because, like you said, what you're describing is people that take shit from the earth, distort it, and then bringing it back to the internet. Then what we talked about before was people taking it from the internet and it don't apply. So it seems like both ways you work this, we're fucking this up. You know what I'm saying? Because the practicality is gone in all of it. That's solid. I like that, man. I think that was a good opening. It was balanced, you know what I'm saying? And I think that we get it. Let's get to some of these comments, man. Shout out to Chuck. He said, morality buried 6 feet deep, and individualism is throwing the dirt on a casket. That's
Oh,
cold.
that's real. That's real.
It's cold, bro. I totally
That's
agree.
real.
Slim said he called it virtue merchants.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense because, like you said, it's like the message is if I can tickle your ears with what sounds good enough, and if you listen long enough, I can make you feel guilty for not even staying with me in the stance.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like if they're and to your point earlier, if somebody with a good enough camera, good enough lighting, says something enough times with enough people watching, then it can, like you said, A, confirm what you're thinking, but B, what that person says next matters. Because now they got your ear. And your ears
Mm-hmm.
being and so you listen long enough, you'll find yourself adopting shit that might not even be your reality, and it might have just been a fleeting thought. And I think that is the danger of us having uh, this
Mm.
everywhere all the time, is that you can quickly take a thought and go into a rabbit hole if you're not careful. You're not filtering it before you even pick the phone back up. You know what I'm saying? I do think it's a part of life, right? Like we can't get rid of the cell phones in a way that would practically make sense, but we can do better at how we're using them. But I think that's the part that makes this cold and tough to tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Slim, what's good, brother? How you?
What's good, man? CJ, man, Strata, man. What what
What's
what it
up?
do,
What up,
man?
though? What
Chilling
Hey,
up,
with you,
man,
though?
y'all.
brother.
Y'all holding it down tonight. Look, on some real shit.
Uh-huh.
This is like the greatest conversation that we really need to be having, dog. Like overstimulation, selling people bullshit, and people getting popular for nothing.
Hmm. Tell me more.
So now I'm not just gonna base this on rate relationships. I carry
Mhm.
this on like that motivational thing and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, this has become a good business. Now, I'm not saying that about your show, because one thing I fuck with about you, John, is you ain't got that little dollar sign down there talking about some super chats. You see
Right.
where I'm going with
Mm.
this? All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, in other words, this information gonna cost you, right?
Right.
So, if you look at it in a sense, the average person, you can really look up anything you want on the phone. So you don't really need a lot of like to sit down and watch a person. But I think people just lonely as a motherfucker. And they just they come to these places because they not accepted in the streets. If you understanding what I'm saying, because most of the people you hang around can't talk to them about this kind of stuff, but you can vent online, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I kind of blame, and I know a lot of dudes gonna get mad at me when I say this. Kevin Samuels is kind of responsible for this. He got in on it. Umar in on it. Now I'm giving you both worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I just think it's an information overload. It's like serious inflation on information. Like it's way too much, you know. So now, like I say, man, people just flock into this, man, just to be fake loved, man, because they ain't getting none nowhere else.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree with that, Slim. I think that, like you said, the danger of it being overload, and what y'all think about this, fellas, is in 30 minutes, I can tell you what you probably need to work on for the next 10 years of your life. But I can say it in about 20 sentences and have your ass stuck. Because the things that you're saying, to a DC Slim point, if I'm just giving a motivating video, I'm trying to get you out your slump. I'm saying it very casually, not taking into account that what I just said. Like right now, if I tell somebody, get your money up, what the fuck does that look like in a practical world? That means wherever job you at, you have to elevate to another level. That's going to include either certification upgrade, you got to put in more time if you're an entrepreneur. That means going back to school. Like that is a whole process. But in one sentence, I just said, get your money up where you at. What the fuck does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so before you know it, I can skate past that and be like, after you get your money up, fuck these hoes, right? So 2 sentences can literally be on a black man's. Let's keep it on a black man for now. That might take a course of 8 years, 5 years. You feel me? But because I said it so casual and so cavalier, you might miss it. And so the whole time I'm talking, and I think that most people do this, as you're listening, when something tickles your ear and it sounds good enough, it warps your reality of what time is and what effort looks like. And before you know it, I just planted a seed in your brain, but I done said 5 or 6 more things you might kind of agree with. And before you know it, as opposed to you doing anything about even doing step 1, which is getting your money up, you got 7 more things in the back of your brain. And then you look up 5 hours ago and you ain't done shit.
Mm.
Hey, Strider, you want to know the reality of what you just said though? See, this is the trick to it. You talking to a brick wall because if that Bama ain't ready to change, I don't care what you say to him. Like I say, he come in there because that's like that go back to what I always say. That's trauma bonding. All right.
Mm.
Like you only gonna deal like that's why relationships stay bad because they understand each other's trauma. You feel what I'm saying? So old
Yeah.
boy like her little goofy attitude because his mother or sister was like that, and it's vice versa. So that's what I'm saying. These people come in here because it's like saying they're good listeners, but they know damn well ain't nothing gonna change. But the internet is a completely different world in and of itself. And dog, I'm to this day, I'm amazed. Like the people, this one of the reasons why I don't show my face on this jump. Because you'll never Charlie Kirk me. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's you know, it's a man, you playing a dangerous game on these airwaves, man, with these algorithms and everything. I would say right now, and I ain't a religious dude, but that algorithm is the devil, dog, because that don't be reading your mind, man.
Mm.
Touche. I think you're right about that, man. And I think that, like you said, this is interesting, man. We go, and what I want to do tonight, man, is as an opposed to, because I think we did a pretty good job laying out the issue. So throughout the show, we're going to identify some of these problems, but throughout the show, as opposed to wait to the end and do solutions, we're going to get some steps as to how you could conquer this if you find yourself in this jam. And I think it was important to take this show this way because, like you said, we all know it, right? And if we just kept adding on to identifying it, what the hell is somebody to do if they watching this, and let's say in the first 24 minutes, 25 minutes, we're at 25-minute mark. What if in the first 25 minutes they realize, damn, I'm relating to what y'all saying? Well, for the next 25 minutes or hour, how long we're here, Let me help you practically get out of this shit. Because what we don't want to do, fellas, is become more of the problem we're complaining about. And that's important. You feel me? So I got a couple of videos, not a lot of videos, but I do have some questions, and it is going to tie into relationships. But I like how we having the convo. It can weave in and out, but I did want to frame it on the relationships because I do think that from what we see, what we pod about, that Black family is super important. Give a fuck how it look. It's got to get back together, and I do think that all of this is tied in. So the first video I want to get to, y'all, I want to look at how the volume of information impacts families and what you can do. So we talked about that earlier, CJ and Slim. And so we talked about what information overload is, but now let's look at some ways we can stop overthinking. So I got a real short video I'm gonna play. I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on it, and I'll get to our first question.
Overthinking often starts with specific triggers. Common ones include the fear of uncertainty. The need for control can lead to endless what-if scenarios. Past mistakes. These can make you overanalyze similar situations. Perfectionism. The desire for everything to be just right can paralyze decision-making. And then emotional responses. Strong feelings can cloud logical thinking. Recognizing your triggers is the first step to managing them. The next time you're caught in a thought loop, ask yourself, what triggered this? Is this helping me solve the problem or just spinning my wheels?
Wow.
Short and sweet. The thought. Do y'all want me to play that over? I know it was real quick, or was it solid?
Nah, it was good
solid.
for me.
Okay.
She solid.
What you got, Slim? And then we'll go CJ. What you think about the video?
Man, she said a lot in that little jump, right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm I don't even know where to start. I just think it come to a person feeding their ego.
Okay.
Okay, so like you go for what you want. Now I don't know, man. I'm gonna let CJ go. That she got me on that one, man. I ain't know where to go on that, man.
That was
I'm stuck. Yeah,
I seen it. That's one of those. What you get from me, CJ?
Just based on what she said was similar to what I was saying earlier. Like a person's gonna have like a certain mindset that they want to have, whether it's good or bad. They probably don't even know. It's just that's what they feel in that moment. Now, as long as there's somebody else that's feeling the same way, you stop. You no longer are even checking or verifying if that way of thinking is right or not. You just, hey, if he feel that way and I feel that way, oh, I see 10 more people feel that way. I guess we going the right route. This is it. But as basically you're just supporting or feeding what is probably a negative mindset. You don't even know if it's positive or not because you ain't really analyzing it. Instead of questioning it or analyzing it, what you feeling or what you thinking, you just like, I just need to see there's more people that think the way I think.
Right.
You ever been in a situation where, or ever just like, or know somebody's been in a situation where they tell you, hey man, look, this is how I'm feeling. They tell you, hey man, I'm thinking this way, I'm feeling this way. And then you be like, nah, man, you shouldn't feel that way. And you're the one that's probably right. And you probably shouldn't feel that way. They're like, man, you tripping, you don't know nothing. Then they go tell the same thing they told you, they go tell somebody else. And they be like, oh hell yeah, man, I feel you should be like, they're like, yeah, see, I knew it. You just wanted the person that's gonna feed and support that mindset that you ain't even acknowledge yourself is wrong. That's all it is. That's why when they be having all these things on social media, they can say a whole lot of shit. Shout out to my dad because for years he's made me and my older brother always go out our way to think about shit before you do it. He says like, oh, before you take 10 steps forward, make sure you are able to take the first 5. That's basically him saying like, yeah, you could take the 10, but in step 2, you might hurt yourself. In step 3, you might break something. By the time you get to step 5, do you even got enough energy to do the other 5 steps? You see what I'm saying? So if you ain't analyzing nothing, how you know if everything that you about to do or doing is the right thing? So, and a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't analyze the shit that they actually absorbing. They just take it in, and if it feels good in the moment, or if it feels good to what they already feeling, whether they don't even know if it's right or wrong, as long as it feels good, that's what I'm going for. and then they see the audience of other people that's doing it. Oh, I'm gonna follow that pack because they feel the same way I feel. And now we got a big ass group of fucking idiots.
Before I get back to the bill, because that was a bar. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to play it over again for myself. I'm listening to your response. You had my brain racing, bro, and it made me think of a question. Right? Hey, fellas, can y'all tell me the last 5 YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram things you consumed? What was it, and what you did with it?
You want me to tell you that now?
Yeah.
One is I can't remember his damn YouTube channel, but it's the dude I follow and watch a lot of his videos. He does workout content, but he's like more comical about it. He was showing like a modified way of doing power pull-ups. And as he was doing it, he was like, some people like do it in a certain way, they're gonna hurt their wrists. Now, if you don't plan on jacking off no more, then hey, keep doing it this way. But he's like, but if you want to do it the right way, then you go this way. See, he's like making a joke about everything, but at the same time, he's still giving you the proper information on how to do certain exercises without hurting joints and limbs and stuff. When he's telling his girlfriend, I think that's his wife, how to do certain squats. She'll do a squat and her feet be all wrong. He said, now, next time you plan on twerking on my junk at night, you ain't gonna be able to do it because now look at you doing these squats and now you're all see. But he makes a joke about the workout, but at the same time, he's still giving proper information of the workout. So I absorbed it like, yeah, it's funny, it's comical, but at the same time, I'm also acknowledging that he's showing you the proper way to doing certain exercises in the gym. That's just one person. If you want 4 more, I'd be here all day.
Oh no, you cool. You cool. I like it. Hey, Slim, can you give me one in 24 hours? So today, can you tell me one video that you watched on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any social media, and what you took from the video?
All right, so I'm a little different, right? Because I'm one of them dudes who, and I may admit it, years ago I used to do this goofy shit, like look at all this stuff, join all the clubs and all that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't watch like funny stuff. I don't have what's the fast joint? I call it the 30-second slow people app. What is the joint?
Come on, TikTok.
TikTok. There you go. My bad. I'm sorry, but so I got a dude named Bill Donahue. I listen to like Alan Watts. You know what I'm saying? I be checking out like Carl Jung. So I'm in the brain porn. All right. So I didn't check, that's the kind of stuff I watch all day. So I'm pretty much into trying to figure out why everybody's so damn stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be stupid, but I understand what y'all saying. But see, it come back to I was one of them people, and that key word, I just think black people need to remember what we just said was trauma bonding. Because if I ask 10 people and they call me stupid, and I call them stupid for not agreeing, and the one idiot that agrees with me, he's probably on my level. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the caterpillar always get mad at the butterfly. Nigga, why you change? Ain't I supposed to, son? You see what I'm saying? That's just it's just look, man. I'll be honest with you. Your friends and social media can be your worst nightmare. The greatest movie I ever seen, and anybody will tell you if they see me on the show, I say this all the time. It's called Revolver with Jason Statham and Andre 3000. Okay?
Yeah.
That Bama said, if you want the greatest opponent you can play, homie, that's yourself. As long as you ready to play that jump 1-on-1, you can skip social media, and that means just sitting back downtime and just listening to the goofy words that you say to yourself and break down your ego from the other person that that'll look out for you. And mostly your ego is gonna be the one that keep driving you to the channels. Cause you gotta feed that Bama. You know what I'm saying? He all he wants is attention and praise and just somebody to roll with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different with me, but that's just my plight, man. That's my plight.
I like it. Frank White, what's good, brother?
Happy holidays, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good,
What up,
good. How you,
Frank?
bro?
It's not much. So yeah, I heard you saw my comment earlier. I think when it comes to the ideas of people itself today, I think we all do try to find our echo chamber because in our thoughts to ourselves, it's just us. And when it comes to things that we read and learn and listen, we try out to go and validate a thing and automatically say, do I think like this or do I not think like this? Or do I believe this to be true or what I don't believe to be true? So I do believe that majority of people do find the echo chamber. I think the difference between finding your echo chamber and staying there and also just automatically always having taking the best thoughts is where we challenge ourselves. And a lot of people would rather just stay with the people that they're grouped with instead of challenging themselves to get out of that echo chamber.
That's a bar. That's a bar. And I think they do it because it's easier, Frank. I mean, I totally agree with you. I think that that's one of the biggest issues that we see, bro. Like, but you're spot on with that because growth is uncomfortable. True progress is monotonous, positive steps that can seem boring once you finally get on track. There's nothing fun about that. It's so much easier to sit still and find other people sitting still with you. So I
But
totally
hold
agree.
on, Strata. Hold on,
What's up,
Strata. Let me add something to that though. And see this,
for sure?
I'm in the brain porn. Now,
Uh-huh.
this is where I feel sorry for certain people. Bro,
Okay.
some of these people don't even know how to think straight.
Damn.
So
Okay.
put it like this. You have an illusion from a whole bunch of people who got money, can dress well, and talk good,
Yeah.
but dumb as a box of bricks. Okay. Now I know a lot of dudes, their time with dudes who couldn't read, but I'm telling you, their gangsterism is off the chain, and you would never know that they couldn't read. So when you say you want somebody that like what you just said, a lot of people don't even know, dog. They have not been taught their whole life how to just think. Dog, I ain't figured it out till about 10 years ago, and I'm 50. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
everybody ain't ready. That's why I don't feel sorry for nobody no more. Cause really, look, you'll do it when you're ready. You'll Nike that out. You don't even need me.
Okay. I like that. That's solid. That's solid. Hey, Frank, you wanted to add something?
So,
I
Scott,
think. What's up,
yeah,
bro?
I add this to it. So that's why there's two things where people always have a complaint about concessions. They say, oh, people don't know how to concede on here. Well, people don't know how to concede because people care about the messenger over the message. And then when it comes down to a concession itself, people don't even have a formula for concession.
Damn. Damn.
Automatically is, hey, my social group says this is the thing. We're telling you this is the thing. Concede.
Okay.
That's
It's just like
culturally
how
too,
niggas
though.
talk. It's just how a lot of niggas come out. Excuse me. How dudes come out and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a woman to be submissive." What is she submitting to? What
Ah,
what is
that's
what
that's
is
that's
what is
vicious.
within your program? What are you setting up for that? And that's the thing that we have issues with when it comes to these conversations most of the time, because we care more about who's giving the message instead of what they're saying.
Like it. That's solid, bro. That is a ball. Like that. I like that. Good shit. Good shit. Let me see. Let's get to our first question for the night, man. I appreciate y'all fellas and y'all wisdom, man. It's gonna be one of those. I feel it. Definitely. So my first question, um, again, like I said before, Frank, I was telling the guys, man, this is relationship based, but feel free if you want to take it off of the relationship aspect because it's so much deeper than this. But this is why I did want to focus because, like you said, here it's black family or nothing, right? But the first question I have for you all, based on this information overload and overthinking, when was the last time y'all felt you learned too much about a
Whoa. Right now.
topic? He said right now.
Yeah. Look, sometimes I wish I was a little stupid and slow, man, because those people are enjoying life.
Damn, that's a bar. That's a bar. Anybody
And
else?
I
When's the
ain't
last
being
time?
insulting. I'm not
No, you
insulting when I
cool.
say
No, you
stupid. You know what
cool,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Hey, listen. Hey, over here, bro. DC, man, the way we do it, dog. We have the conversation. We don't debate. You don't even need the qualifiers, man, because again, I
Okay.
like the honesty. And again, because we lead with respect, and I know y'all are respectful. You ain't got to qualify for it because we don't take it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talking,
Much
dog.
respect. Much
You
respect.
feel me? But I get it
Yeah.
because I had to train myself the same way. Like, yo, in certain environments, the qualifiers are needed because, like you said, and I appreciate it because it lets me know you're thoughtful. Meaning, before I even say what could be jarring, let me make sure that everybody know this ain't what that is. But I appreciate it. But I'm telling you, bro, over here, man, the more you come, you'll understand what I mean. Pause. That we not even knowing that you ain't got to have a qualifier, bro. Like talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
we gonna
got
have
you.
a convo. Sure. Frank or CJ, when's the last time you ever felt like I've learned a little too much about this shit? A topic, anything. I probably overconsumed this topic.
I would say so. The YouTube space. I think
Okay.
when it comes to community space, however people want to put it, it's when you start listening to people's lives and then seeing what they consume and how they project things and the beefs that happen around it. I think I consume way too much of that. And the reason why I say that I consume way too much of it, I've been here for 2 years and I'm already have like a sensory overload to people that I majority haven't met.
Oh, okay. So you just saying the environment, period, is consuming too much of the environment and the nuances of it. I see you.
Right.
That makes
Because you get lost in the sauce with, oh, we doing the fresh topics. Oh, this is going on with this group. This is going on. Oh, this happened over here. And you're really thinking about like, what does that really have to do with your goals and what you're setting out to do?
a bar. I like that. CJ, same question, bro.
Man, I got two.
Okay.
One, I felt like I learned too much when when I was in the military and I got to hang out with some people that were part of Black Cats, which is basically people that know how to truly hack the internet. And they showed me that there's way more layers and way more deeper layers on the internet and the deep web than what Google can show you. Like that learning how deep certain things is, websites that you can really buy some of, name it, you can buy it if you can afford it, and it's real. It's not no scammer shit. No.
Yeah.
When you find those motherfuckers that really do that when you find out that human trafficking is borderline funded by the very government, you're like, all right, I think I learned too much. And as crazy as it sounds, if you ever successfully can get past the deep web to what is called Miranda's web, which is the real deep web, that's when you find out that, okay, yeah, this I think I learned too much. I think I think I just found out that I don't give a fuck what you do. The government always knew what was going on. It's just somebody stopped paying for them to turn a blind eye. That's when you find, oh, it's human trafficking. Like, who controls the news? The government. Who decided to finally they found human trafficking in a hidden tunnel? The government. Why? Because whoever was paying for them to turn a blind eye couldn't pay for it no more.
Touche.
So that's one. Another
Okay.
one would be while in the military as well. You find out that you did certain deployments that we America was actually the bad guy, but they don't tell the soldiers that's on the ground that. They make it seem like you going out there to serve your country, do what's right for Uncle Sam, and then 1 year that's what you was doing. That following year there was a recon. The year after that, there's a military base in the area that you literally destroyed 2 years ago.
Damn. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I did so many deployments that an area that I was in a gunfight with in 2018, my deployment in 2016, not 20, in 2018, and then in 2012, the deployment in 2012, when I had a whole gunfight in this one area, by 2017, that was a military base. The same area. And I knew for a fact that same area was an area that back when I was 19 years old, I was shooting people in this area. I was helping them giving coordinates to blow up a house.
Yeah.
This is not a military base. Wow. Like when you start connecting dots and you realize, bro, they made it like we were the bad that they were the bad guys. We come to kill. No. We were basically just destroying some people's homes to build a military base.
That's
like when you start seeing that, and then when you like address big boys about it, you know what they do? You like working for Uncle Sam, don't you? Don't you, soldier? You like that promotion, don't you? Yeah, they tell you, do you want a pen or do you want paper? And when they say a pen, the pen isn't the writing. A pen is rank. Like, do you want to get pen rank or do you want paper? The paper is at Article 15. So they ask you, do you want pen or do you want paper? Ain't nobody ever gonna say fucking paper. So it's just one of those things that, for the military, you find out, nah, bro, you was never the hero in a lot of cases. You was actually the bad guy. And it's too late by the time you find out.
Okay. Like that. That is solid. That's solid. I think we got everybody. So next question in the same vein. Again, this is steering more towards relationships. So the question is, does 24/7 access to relationship info create pressure or clarity for most people in the Black community? And let's go Frank, DC, and then CJ. So the question is 24/7 access to relationship info on the internet. Does that create pressure in relationships or does it provide clarity for people?
I think more so it provides access. I think the access is cool or not, but I don't think it provides pressure for people because you can get all that information and then have analysis paralysis. So I guess, so what's the latter? What was the latter portion of that? If it's not pressure?
Having access to it, is it pressure or does it provide clarity to the people that's consuming it?
I don't think either or is working. Okay. So I don't believe pressure for people. I think it gives them a lot more information to digest itself. And then when it comes down to clarity itself, it's more confusion because you got so many debating thoughts about a thing itself. If you don't have a straight or a narrow mindset of how to comprehend things, you probably be worse off than when you started.
That's solid. I like that. Slim, same question.
Hey, I'm going pressure.
Pressure?
Right? Because it's I don't think you got to live up to what that person said. Plus, when you listen to that person and you take that home, you can't always apply somebody's advice to your relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll actually kind of mess it up. You actually might have a cool-eyed relationship, but watching too many of them damn shows will make you send your expectations up too high. And now you coming home acting a fool, and it ain't even. So I'm going pressure, man, because that'll bust a pipe, man. That's how they go.
I like it. CJ, same question. 24/7 access to relationships info. Is it creating pressure or clarity for us as Black people?
All right, so here's my issue, right? I'm trying to understand what all entails in relationship info. Because like how is that being interpreted? So like let's say, there's boyfriend, there's girlfriend. Are you basically saying like they got all their info?
No.
Or are you trying to say
I'm talking about
24/7 access to like
access to the internet.
The internet's version of relationship info.
Right. So you're in a relationship and you have 24/7 access to people talking about relationships to you. What does that do to the two people dating? Does it create pressure or do they get clarity from consuming
it? Fuck. That's horrible, Strada. Because as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking like, bro, what it is what it is. That very last relationship, bro, nigga, I had clarity without the internet. Motherfuckers was using the internet to create pressure. But because who the fuck you talking to, it don't fall under no pressure, bitch. If it ain't gravity, shit, it don't phase me. But it's just like you can't. I don't like using the word depend and sometimes the same, but it's just like, damn, if I'm gonna have to pick, it creates pressure because people don't use information to benefit things the right way. They use it to benefit themselves. So more than likely, you would use that information to apply pressure to the other person to get them to fall to what your own selfish need, your own selfish want. I think you'll do that before you take the information that's being given, decipher it, and gain clarity of like, all right, so this is what this really means. Okay, how can I apply this into my life or into my relationship? So if I'm gonna pick, it's gotta be pressure. Motherfuckers is reckless out here.
Like, that's solid. That's solid. That's solid. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
don't like that, Strada. That
I
question made
know.
my fucking
I
brain
was
hurt.
thinking these questions
Like,
up. Like, I don't even know if I want to answer that one. Let me put that
Nah,
question.
that's an easy question because man, look, you gotta ask yourself. Man, everybody always say I go too deep into stuff, but really, if your relationship is all right, and you take some goofy on the outside who don't know nothing about like what really be going on, and kind of let them mess it up, then you cutting your nose off, spite your
Like your
face.
face.
So if you got a good relationship, you probably shouldn't even be listening to relationship shows. Because like my wife, she don't watch that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we good. So if you're not going, if you ain't got none of the friends that's gonna get her off track, then she go to the shows. But I mean, I don't. I think it's pressure because you got to try to apply it, and once you try to apply it, your old boy ain't going for it. Old boy gonna tell you, man, stop watching the Housewives of Potomac. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up.
Yeah.
But see, this is why I said, it is be as humans. I'm gonna say more than likely it'll be pressure because humans are more likely to do things that to benefit themselves or do things for their own selfish needs over doing it for the betterment of the group or for others. Because if let's say you got the blueprint for this relationship, right? How the good, the bad, the ugly of things, right? Depending on the information and how you use it determines if it's you applying pressure to that person to do what you want, or you're taking this information, absorbing it into yourself and be like, okay, this is what it is. And then you start seeing the size amongst the person you're with and be like, all right, so this is what I should do to make things better. This is what I should do. Oh, this is where I'm fucking up. I'm actually the problem. So now I gain clarity of what's really going on. How can I unfuck myself? How can I unfuck this as a group? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the average human being ain't gonna do no shit like that. They just gonna be like, okay, this is what this is. I will bet I'm about to do this shit on this list to get your ass right. You fucked up. This is how it's supposed to be. You ain't doing that. You see what I'm saying? They ain't thinking about themselves. They ain't really trying to work on solving the problem together. They just like, you fucked up, you shit. You need to do this. Or you not? Well, I'm gonna do this thing and make you get right. And if you don't get right, you're a whore. You're a gold digger. You're a broke ass bum ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the information is always gonna be there. But how you use it determines like if you're doing it for pressure or for clarity to like, you know what I'm saying? But the average human, they're gonna use that shit to apply pressure on motherfuckers. That's damn near what social media really displays it as. It's very rare that we even come across platforms like us where we're not telling you, hey, this information you need to use to just dig a hole in the back of their neck and put foot to ass and shit. No, we don't do that shit. We tell you, hey, this is dumb, but this is what y'all doing. Stop. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what we be doing.
Yeah.
But most of social media, especially the bigger platforms, are not doing that. So I'm gonna have to say it's definitely being used as far as like creating pressure, because that's what motherfuckers really doing now.
And that's bad for business, man. That's bad for
Very
business to tell
bad.
the truth,
Very
man.
bad. Very
You know
bad.
what I'm saying?
So Strata, you see why I didn't go with the Orts scenario, because even in CJ's last explanation, he did both.
Ooh.
He talked about how it's pressure, but when it comes down to it, has to be the right information. So it has to have some type of clarity to it to be in order to apply the pressure.
Yep. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna be honest with y'all. The reason why I framed the question away, because in my brain before I asked the question, I was thinking about the topic, and I'm like, okay, what is an I me person think versus a them they person? What I mean by that is when I say I me person, when they confront a problem, it's mirror first, everything second, right? How can I adjust first, and how can I change what's around me? Them they person is everything around me fucked up, and I'm kind of confused. So I'm like, all right, if we got those two archetypes of people consuming information, what's the two scenarios that can happen? Well, you either going, like you said, fold to the pressure, because now you're just getting more confirmation of the things you thought, and it's fucking your brain up. Or if you're one of the people that where you're deep, you're introspective, and you take self accountability, you can consume enough information before it's too much, and it provides clarity on some things you probably were missing. So that's why I knew it could go either or. And this is what's dope about the question. It didn't speak to who y'all gentlemen were. It spoke to how you all see the earth and what y'all see other people being. So there's a lot, but that's the layers that why that question came out that way. That was my thought behind framing it that way for sure. Was the two type of people that's consuming this shit and what they do with it. You know what I mean? Or how it present. That was solid. That was dope. Man, if y'all watching, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is a dope conversation, man. We're adding way more.
Nah, you gotta stop fucking tricking a nigga brain like that. I'm about to. That shit made me have to fucking think too deep. I ain't like that. I'm going to sleep after this.
Well, if you put it in that context, Strata, then it's about the first. If you're talking about the me I person, that person is looking for what he prefers. And the person that's looking for clarity on the opposite side is looking if it aligns with his principles. Yeah. But he's looking to they and them to do it, which is crazy if you think about it. Because that means you're looking for the echo chamber of, all right, what are these guys saying that aligns with my principles, that they and them are saying that I can fit in and analyze that information to say that this is worth taking. Compared to the first guy who's saying, hey, I'm trying to manipulate and use whatever preference I already have, my presupposition I already have, and then when I get it from the streets, all I'm doing is feeding it back to my relationship.
So you're still in that loop. Damn.
Right.
Either way, you can still get caught in it based on what you do next. I like that. That's solid.
But see, the person who is see this, I mean, if it's a man, he gotta remember, she gotta accept that information, or this is all gonna go haywire, though. So to me, I would just say they person is more naive. The me person, I would rather go with that person because it's like I told you before, there's only room in a hole for one person. So I gotta consider myself first. All right. Now that's not being mean, but anybody that don't do that is kind of retarded. You know what I'm saying? So if you gonna go look for this information, and once again it go back to, I mean, do I really need to watch this show? Or should I just go in there and watch this word I use? Just be a man and go in there and just holler at her. See, that's our problem, man. Everybody keep trying to go to the well, and you actually having an information overload, and you got so many things going on in your head, you can't pull one out.
You lead me right into my next question, DC. So the next question I got for you is, do you think information overload is leading us to avoid those meaningful conversations? And if so, why?
No, I think, look, I think it's a choice. See, look, one thing about living, when you wake up, you get a choice and a chance. All right. Now, uh, uh, that the devil, he's a great salesman. God wouldn't be a good salesman, man. He would be boring as shit. He wants you to eat fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? The devil say, man, eat these chips, dry this beans, and do it big. So I can't really say you're not being forced to do anything. I would say that, but you are being tricked by fake statistics and numbers and popularity. So if the famous person do it, or oh yeah, I'm gonna do it too. Just put it like this. I'll give you a good example. And I don't like 50 Cent or Puffy. Okay, I'm gonna put that out there. I think 50 Cent is the fakest rapper I ever seen in my life. Okay, I'm just being real. All right, we can have that conversation at a later date. I got 16 for him whenever he ready. All right, yeah, just straight up. So in this particular thing, right? And I don't like neither one. See, I think 50 Cent is an attention whore. Okay,
Okay.
he's going to have people follow him because he's just a drama dude. And he is actually fit for the world because that's all people want is drama. All right.
Okay.
So if you really trying to do something good, you ain't gonna make no money. That's why he can kind of get away with what he do and keep his popularity going as long as the drama going. This Bama literally about to get paid off some drama that already passed.
Right.
So that just show you that everybody flocked to that. So at the end of the day, you ain't forced to do nothing. You just go where your ego tell you to do. Go.
Mm. I like that. I like that. I like that. That makes sense. That's solid. Let's go with Frank. You still with me, bro?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now, bro. So, do you
Okay.
think this
Uh,
overload is leading us to avoid the meaningful conversations? And if you don't think it's causing us to avoid it, what's happening later? But if you do think we're avoiding them, why do you think we're avoiding?
I think we are avoiding them because we're getting more information, and now it's either tweaking our own worldview and how we continue a conversation compared to just having like free flowing of thought. So, for example, if you go to a bar and you meet a chick itself, and she's talking about, oh yeah, I'm finally get a break. I got a drink or home and then I just find happy to get away from the kids. And in your mind, you're like, oh, she got kids or what have you, and then you got stats of baby mamas and their
Mm,
expectancy and how to treat people in relationships flowing through your head instead of just actually paying attention to the person that's in front of you.
ah, yo, it's crazy, bro.
So like,
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, like I said, that's where I think the over analyzing of things, it just puts so much other information that you might not need. It's just more noise that you may not have. But then also, it can also cue you to red flags that you automatically didn't notice before, and you'd be like, oh, nah, it couples with the other things that I already conceded as a red flag with this person. It's just, oh, this is so many red flags now that I can automatically say that this person is not in my wheelhouse.
That's a fact. Hey, CJ, before I get to you, I want to bring up Mahogany's comment, man. How many are really analyzing the data? They're just collecting info and regurgitating it. Garbage in, garbage out. Mahogany, hit the link if you free, man. I would love to get your insight on it, man. I see you definitely turning up in our comments. Like I said, we appreciate you. That NC love is real, Mahogany. But again, if you free, man, tap that StreamYard link. I'll drop it back in for in the chat. And if you're free, definitely pop up and let's have a convo with you because you're adding some dope questions. You got some dope insight on this topic, man. Let me drop this real quick. And then we're going to go to CJ. So, CJ, do you think this information overload is leading us to avoid the meaningful conversations? And if so, why?
I don't want to use the word avoid. I want to say make it incapable of having the meaningful conversation.
Okay.
Because to avoid something, you have acknowledgement or comprehending of it. They don't even comprehend or understand the information that they're getting. You see what I'm saying? So I think what it is the information overload that they're getting, they are incapable of even having the meaningful conversation. They too busy trying to decipher it poorly. You imagine somebody that's trying to learn Spanish, but their primary language is Chinese, but the book in front of them is in English. Okay. So how they gonna learn any motherfucking thing? You see what I'm saying? That's basically what's happening.
I like
so I think it's not avoiding the meaningful conversations. They're incapable of having the meaningful conversations because they can't even decipher the information that has been dumped into their fucking head. Now, the ones that can, i.e. SBS podcast, shout out. But the ones that can, we can have the conversations. We ain't a bunch of dogs barking on these panels, but majority can't. So then when you got 12 people, 3 of these people can fully decipher this information and can have the conversation, and they're trying. But out of those 12 people, these 3 people cannot talk to the rest of these people, the other 9, because they are incapable of getting through this information and dissecting it and then unwiring it and figuring it out. They can't. So now you basically got everybody barking and arguing about a conversation about the conversation because they can't even decipher the information.
I like that.
It is what it is.
To add another layer, that you know what's crazy? I've done a few pods where I've had people sitting next to me, right? And I think that when they were watching the show from the other side of the phone, it just seems like I'm casually moving from time to time, but I sit pretty still, like I'm chilling. But when they actually saw the 11 million things that I'm doing while running the show with y'all, even on the show, it's like, damn, I didn't realize you were doing that much. Like, he kind of did it on his breath, like, yo, that shit's crazy, bro. You had to do all this? I'm like, yeah. But again, and it wasn't that he couldn't process it either. I think that, to your point, it takes a special type of brain to do what we do, to where we can multitask. I can engage in the comments with the people. I can talk to y'all. I can ask y'all follow-up questions. I can follow the format of my show. You know what I'm saying? I can look at my phone and check other things. I'm doing like 12 things at once, but I'm not missing a beat. Now, I do think that even in the smartest of brains, you do yourself a disservice by not locking in. But we do what's necessary, to your point, CJ. And some do it very well, and most do it very fucking poorly. And unfortunately, bro, we're all having the same convo at the same time. You know what I mean?
We all don't have the same processing power.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Frank. That's a fact.
I've definitely had pods where I'm literally podding with y'all, but I'm also doing homework. So it's just like, and I can still like, you'll be like, all right, CJ, how you feel like this? Well, so and so said blah blah blah, and I feel like da 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 da. All right, next, and I'm back doing fucking homework. Mind you, I just got off work, then I'm doing homework while trying to pod. So it's just like, some people can do it and some can't.
But what are you gonna say?
I tell you this, it's kind of designed that way. I mean, some people say I'm harsh, but look, man, you know everybody can't get on this bus. This is only a 20-seater, and we talking about trying to take 100 people. All right, so it's not I mean, I ain't, like I said, I'm not religious, but they say the Garden of Eden is only 10%. They didn't say 185. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So. Right. I think the problem is we have learned to try to fucking save everybody. And really, in the process of you trying to save everybody, you missing the ride yourself. Because really, you showing, and I'm not saying nobody else, that's extremely naive. And you just really trying to get your ticket stamped in heaven. My grandmother used to say, man, if heaven didn't exist, niggas wouldn't pray at all. I mean, if hell didn't exist, niggas wouldn't pray at all.
Yeah.
So just think about that. So I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of this stuff, man, is cultural. I hate to say, but we're kind of taught that way. Us as Black people, man, we have a fucked up standard, and I'm being real when I say that. Like, really, just look at how we look at our women, each other. We had like CJ just said, we mostly have conversations about conversations. And then a
Yep.
nigga have another conversation about that conversation. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's more of a just a we chatty patty at this point. And people getting paid off of it though. But the relationship's getting worse.
Appreciate
Just think about that. We got more information to it, but everything getting worse.
that part. And like you
because
said,
we
I
ain't got no
think that.
goals. Most
Oh,
of
go
the
ahead, Frank.
time,
Mhm.
go ahead, Strada.
No, you good, bro. You got it. I'll go after you.
No, all right. I was going to say that most of the time because we don't have any goals set for these things, it's a whole bunch of information, and then I don't think it's a Black community thing. I think it's just a human thing. Because even if you don't prescribe to the social construct that we follow itself, other tribes or other people around the world ain't doing it no better. So we all
No,
have
I
whatever social.
strongly disagree. When I say black, I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but I just want you to realize something. We the only goofy motherfuckers that use a color. Everybody else uses a place. You see where I'm going with this?
Okay.
No,
So
I
white.
think you
So
missed what I was saying. Basically, I'm saying in a sense, nobody else do what we do, dog. Our stupidity looks better than everybody else's. Okay, our backstabbing looks better than everybody else's. So when I can't talk about other people because I ain't with that culture. I'm saying me looking at my culture in the 50 years I've been here and the wild worlds I've been in, and even when it comes to these conversations we having, what I have learned and me being honest, and I would not say this on national television, bro. We have been taught how to do this goofy shit. Yeah, I'm being straight up. So at the end of the day, until you change your algorithm, I'm saying the way you thinking and what you intake, that's just how it's gonna be. But I'm not gonna say it's we like other people because we ain't. We don't compare us to nothing. We got because our culture really. Here's the $50 million question. Our culture is 26 other different cultures mixed in one. I would love to know what ours is like as one joint. So that's why we acting a fool out this motherfucker because we 15 cultures in.
Frank, you want to respond to that or finish the thought?
well, I would say to that, yeah. To respond to it is that I think more so you are looking at it from your lens and you're saying that hey, in my purview, this shit ain't getting no better. I've seen shit that doesn't align with the people being one, and that's why my initial comment to your last soliloquy was goals, because whatever our ancestors had set in mind, we didn't carry that baton. And when it comes down to the baton that we're carrying to somebody else, currently don't have anything that's a standard to actually pass back down. So that's where I can understand where you're saying that, hey, we might be different from other cultures or so, but I'm letting you know other cultures still have that same problem. You got people, you got Asians in Japan and China that, when it comes down to it, they ain't even having the population to actually provide the culture that they already have instilled. It's so. And then when you talk about the people here, when it comes down to the white people that are basically an amalgamation of all different types of races and creeds itself, they don't have a one thought mind or a one track mind either. And when it comes down to it, they automatically just see people as an opposition. So I don't think when it comes down, I think it's a human issue more so than not. But to get back to my point, I think that because we don't have those set of goals or set of principles that we follow, that we can automatically say, hey, yesteryear, this is the principles that they follow and they got this or what have you. We're going to continue to build on that because now that we have this, we want the young folks to continue to build on this so we can get to here. Because we don't have that vision of going through the tunnel itself, we go in all different types of ways. And that's why my initial comment about individualism is burying oh my gosh, I forgot this statement now. Oh, individualism is burying the community because everybody is believing that, hey, when it comes down to me, and myself, if I can get myself out, so-called bootstraps, or even by any means itself, everybody else will fall to the wayside. Whoever is on top with me, then we can build a community with those on top. But remember, you stepped on your brother to get there.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Before I shift into my next question, because I think it's going to take me into analysis paralysis. Yes, it is. I want to play a video. And again, like I told y'all, we're building this as we go. And I think y'all do an amazing job of giving the layers of this conversation to where we're speaking about what we observe and being proactive with, tools to help the listener navigate this shit a little better. And so with that being said, my next video was a video I had to find on analysis paralysis. Now, before I play the video, something I'm being more conscious of, y'all, is I try to find videos with people of color that are resonating the same question, right? And so what I found was difficult with this whole show was a lot of the videos that I wanted to find, I couldn't find people that looked like us to say it. And I know that seems small, but to me that mattered, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a big issue there.
Yeah. And so, I apologize. I think this guy did fine. He had a heavy accent, but the messaging was good enough to play, right? So I don't want to, demean him. I just brought that up to say that, that's something I'm being more conscious of. I want the message to come from us when we talking about us. So let's watch this video on analysis paralysis. I'm gonna get y'all thoughts, and then we're gonna talk about collecting information in relationships afterwards. This was a little longer, so it's not as short as the other one, but I want to get y'all thoughts on it.
Information overload can lead to analysis paralysis, and it will kill your progress faster than failure itself. You won't even be able to start anything. I was so confused yesterday, and this was because I was looking for different strategies to actually grow my account. And there's so many strategies online, and I consumed a lot of information for about like 2 hours, and by the time I was done, I didn't even know where to start. And that is basically information overload, and it led to analysis paralysis. I couldn't start. I had things that I wanted to post about. I had things that I wanted to talk about, but I couldn't do any of that because analysis paralysis, basically. And this is what is killing so many content creators today. They have information, but they could not execute. So if you're watching this video right now and you have a level 1 information, please just execute that level 1 information. Look for people that are in level 2 or level 3. Look at what they are doing differently and execute their strategies. Don't look for people that are in level or chapter 20 already. Leave those ones alone. Focus on your level 1. Focus on your level 1. Do it very well. Execute that knowledge to the core. Then you go to level 2. And that is how you grow online.
Okay. Like I said, it acted a little thick, but I think that the message was cool. Now, I don't want to focus on the fact that he was putting on content creation, but I do think that was a jewel there. And so, based on the video, what did y'all think about what he was saying?
I'll go.
Speak to the theme.
Yeah, based off what he was saying, it's basically like trust the process. Don't rush it. Don't think comparison is just like the thief of joy. But I also feel like comparison will blind you of your own process. I feel like for me, when we was in Atlanta, I was like 209. I'm 241 right now. And I literally just, as soon as we left Atlanta, I was doing a workout regimen to gain weight. That was the main thing. Then I started like a month ago, I'm like toning and shredding to like even it all out. And now here I am. And now I'm going through a whole process all over again.
Yeah.
So it's just like, trust the process. Me getting locks was not even a decision I made initially. It just ended up happening because I was letting my hair just grow. And then eventually my dad was like, do something with it or chop it off. So I was like, fuck it. I gotta go to his man's wedding. I guess I got locks now because I'm not braiding my hair no more because that shit was irritating my scalp. So then I got locks. But then I was basically going to chop this shit. But then I had a homegirl who's already got locks. She was just like, no, don't do it. Trust the process. And now here we are. So it's just like, even Strata was just like, man, don't worry about it, man. Just wait till they drop, and then you're going to keep them. and then they drop it. Now I'm like, I mean, they aight. Like, so I think that's what he's saying. Like, don't worry about trying to get to like level 10, 15 in this time frame, bro. Level 1, make it your bitch. Then go to level 2, level 3. Like that's how I was trying to tell brother Bino. Like he was trying to figure out how to gain weight. I said, bro, what you do is when you're working out with weights, and let's just say for example you bench pressing, and now man, I finally can bench press 225. All right, cool. Was you struggling when you did it? You was. All right, well, you're not going past 225. You're going to keep working out with 225 until it's no longer a struggle, until 3 of those become 10 of those, until 10 of those become 20 of those, until you're doing 4 sets of 10. When it becomes easy, you in a sense have now overcame that struggle. Now you go to level 2. Now you're adding weight. You see what I'm saying? So once you trust the process and not rush yourself, you will get to where you need to get to a lot quicker than if you skip steps and you like failing at that step and now you stuck there because you failed because you were skipping so much.
I like that. That's a bar, bro. I think you're right. I think that was what I got from it too, to add on to what you were saying, is knowing where you at in the process is very important, because that can make sure that you don't fall into information overload. Meaning you're taking enough from what you're consuming. If you're consuming the correct things, let's start there. The first assumption is that you're consuming the right thing. Next, once you know where you are in this process, only taking enough off the table to sustain where you are. Worrying about things that are 4, 5, 10 steps ahead will only confuse you in the process, right? And even if you get jammed up at a step before the end goal, at least you know you've thoroughly minded out enough to where you can make an honest assessment about where you're going next. But a lot of times, to the video's point, you're really at step 1, worried about step 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the CJ analogy earlier, you can't get to step 10 until you've conquered 1 through 5, right? And so I think that all of that is super important. But when we're trying to stop this analysis paralysis, you have to literally stop yourself from over consuming. Because if we talked about, and Pete, and I'm gonna let the other 2 brothers go, what y'all think about this? If we turned this conversation from consuming information to consuming food, people would get it like that. Just because you're at a buffet don't mean you grab everything that's on the motherfucking buffet. You're
That's
overeating. Now your ass is all stuck and you feel miserable, and the food that you enjoyed, you can't even do nothing with it because you can't get the fuck out the chair, right? So we can understand that concept of eating at your level. But like you said, this comes off high-minded to people because it's not as simple as overeating, which is something they can consume and understand better. When I say that, it makes more sense, right? But if you can get full off shit and get lazy, lethargic, doing nothing. I'll land it there because I don't want to eat it up, but that's what I got from that video. Let's go DC and then Frank. What y'all think about the video?
Okay, look. All right, look, this gonna sound a little harsh, but you know, my brain, I don't know how to trick myself. All right, okay.
All good. You cool,
So
bro.
he basically was a walking contradiction, all right, in so many ways. So he has said what he said was said before computers was invented. So he's actually speaking of the over consuming something. But you got to remember, and see, once again, he's an attention merchant too. See, that's why he made the video. All right. So to me, he's kind of contributing to something that he's talking about. All right. So now when it comes to information overload, right? I think some people just turn into madmen, and you know, stuff just get interesting. All right. But on the psychology factor of this, because everything that people do, I try to look at their psychology, how they was raised, how they been living. Everybody does not know how to execute. This is why they keep watching. Like me, for example, when I did the same thing. I kept just going and going and going and going and going, but I never knew where to start because people don't teach you how to start. All right, they will just keep throwing it out there. This is what you gotta do, and then what'll happen is inside they subtle criticism. All right. Now you don't realize that, but the person does. But you still ain't told them where to start. See, because you're telling them the way your life you did it. Now the problem with the world, and the best thing I like to do is to meet people where they are
Yeah.
and then take them where they going. All right. So that's the only way some information gonna work. So I mean, I don't think you can have an information overload. You just need to, I consume a lot. You know, I
Mhm.
I, I I I love YouTube. I don't watch television at all, but it's a trick to it. When I get to consuming some of that stuff, I keep it funny, and then I go back to my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But I gotta have a balance. Because I already know my brain gonna work against me. Long as I acknowledge that my brain is trying to trick me, I'm good. You good. But yeah, that Batman was a contradiction, man. Tell him stop the cap.
That's I like it. One thing when you were speaking, DC Slim, I thought of was some of the elder men around that raised me, bro. How they make it make sense is when I brought them a problem, they would only give me the next step and they would stop talking. I
Mm.
would have a million things to say after they gave it, but they would just shut the fuck up. But hey, so OG or uncle, or granddad, what you think about blah blah blah? Because I'm going through da 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 da. They be like, do this. What? But what about da 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 da? And they just look at you.
And you know why he do
So,
that, dog? And I'm
mm-hmm.
saying this because I'm an old man now. All right. And I
Yeah,
do this when my son and the homies ran away. See, and this is I'm a toot my horn, homie, and I'm a praise myself and everything.
yeah,
Slim, I'm old. My nigga, that's a gift. All
it
right.
is.
You see what I'm
But
saying? So when
yeah,
you talking to somebody that has crashed out just like you, see, I crashed out in a let's just say a 1990 Z or something, all right, or 85 Cadillac. You gonna
yeah,
crash out in this new shit. But we crashed out similar, dog. I have
yeah.
seen it, I know it. So the problem is the young people don't respect the elders because I do think the elder is a little bit disrespectful to the young dude in his presentation. All right. So
Mhm.
that's kind of why we got this problem because it's really a clash between young and old. Because that's
For
why the
sure.
young niggas out of control. Yeah, man. Because I just don't think, because the old heads right there. It's
Yeah.
just the old heads keep, these young niggas, by calling them YNs, that's a little disrespectful. And see, I remember as a young dude, my nigga,
Yeah.
I used to clown KRS-One. All right. I was a Tupac dude. Pac used to carry all the elders. But once he got older, he said, hold up, man, I'm playing the wrong game. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it works,
The change
you
up
know?
happens. Like you said, it's a blessing to grow to be old. And what I learned in that moment from what you were saying earlier is that was their way of meeting me where I was. I'm not gonna give you too much information,
Yeah.
and we have nothing else to discuss until you do what I just told you to do. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Hmm.
And it kept me from over analyzing or even misconstruing the direction. Because and another thing that's cold about it, Slim, is they wouldn't have said shit if I not asked. They're gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay. Only when I brought it to them, because again, I found later, like you said, you grow a little older, you learn. They knew the context of the whole scenario through other people that was around. They done already heard. So they kind of know, but they're still waiting. Meaning I got the knowledge, but if you don't ask, I ain't gonna say shit. And even when you do, what I give you is very limited because I need to see what you do next. Because that's going to determine what I tell you after you come back with some results worth of fuck.
But you ain't even going to need to come back, though. Because what he
Most of the time,
said
yeah,
right
because you
there,
catch it.
you
Yeah,
know,
you like,
look, man, that's what
wow.
that's what I mean by certain people, dog. Dog, and I'm being honest with you, man. You cannot try to save everybody. Look, man, some of these
Mhm.
niggas, man, you just gotta let these niggas rap, man. They actually, that's why, like, I don't know if y'all play chess. Every last one of
Yeah.
them pieces on the chessboard has a purpose. Now, if I'm God and I created people, right? Now, I just really want y'all to think about this. I need stupid people. Okay, so it's just like when God created this jungle. It's certain animals that eat, like they are only there to be eaten. Okay, because this is not a balance. It's only one Jordan, one Kobe, one of all of the goats. So if I help everybody out, the word great ain't got no use no more. And guess what? If I help everybody out, me coming out,
Wow.
I don't even look that good no more. So guess what? I don't feel sorry for you, dog. Watch and learn. Pay attention to your surroundings. See what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that as an old head who done crashed out. Dog, don't nobody need to feel sorry for you because it ain't their job. All right. It is your job to understand how to get off your ass and do something. Plain and simple.
I like
And I don't
it.
feel
Man,
Let's
sorry
go to
for you.
Frank. That's solid, Slim. Frank, what you think about the video, bro? Analysis paralysis.
Well, I think on the road to 1,000 hours itself, there's always step one, and that's what the thing that he was trying to focus on is saying, hey, find your baseline and work with your baseline, and then after from your baseline, every objective to get to your major goal, hit those objectives, and then hit your mini goals. So those mini goals align with your major goal, but you start with the small objective. Don't try to go ahead and say, oh shit, I got these other objectives I got to worry about down the road. Deal with the things that you have to get to your initial goal, your mini goal. So, hey, that's step one in actually hitting your major goal.
Hey, look. Hey, Frank, let me cut you off. I would say respectfully, right? Watch this. You can't start there. You are supposed to tell a man, look, dog, I want you to go home and sit down and think for 2 days. Okay. Because, see, I don't know your goal. So, what I can't do is keep trying to influence you to go get it because I don't even know your drive. So, I'm actually coaching somebody who probably can't be coached. Okay. So, once I tell you, like Strata said, old head basically said, look, go home, go sit down somewhere, shorty, and think for a minute, then get back at me. All right. So until you figure it out, then you can talk to me because I we don't need to. I think what you saying, no disrespect to you, it's kind of what a lot of people say, and it won't get a person to go. Like that's not a go word. That if you're gonna say it's in numbers, that's process number 5 or 6. What is one?
No, that's framework. Framework is step one because before you can brainstorm itself, you got to be able to know what you're looking at. See, if this is how we did it, I can tell you how I know this works itself. It works in scouting from little boys, because from little boys itself, we give them things to do so they can build up a project, and then that project itself, we basically show them, hey, this is what you created itself, and this is how it's used. So they get to see with their own hands how to create something. But before we even give them the tools to even create itself, we give them the objectives. Tell them, hey, you got to do this instruction. And then when you get to here, after that, we'll continue to build on. And then after they built and created something, we congratulate them for their creation. And when we want them to understand why they created a thing itself, we tell them the process of why they went through that. That's how I
Bam,
know
there we
when it
go.
comes down.
I'm with
It's
you
not
on that,
just,
homie. I'm with you. Yeah, okay. I like
well,
that. I like that. Cool.
that's what my baseline was for that, of objectives to mini goal to major goal. Because the mini goal, the objective was for them to start this project. We got to give them these instructions. So we want their brains to work the way that we have it listed itself. But we want their creativity to come out while they're doing the project. That's how we basically coincide. But then after they get done with the project itself, we give them the reason, we give them congratulations to say that, hey, you accomplished something. So now that they have the accomplishment, that was their mini goal. But that mini goal is going to get them to their overall goal, which is to give them higher in rank.
I like it. I
That's
like
big.
it.
That's big.
Now
Okay.
you got like Frank. I do want you to answer the question at the bottom because that was solid, bro. Have you ever delayed a convo because you were still collecting info?
Yes.
What was the outcome of that? Did delaying it make sense, or did you find that you reached the same conclusion?
Well, I think my initial answer would have been sharp. compared to when I took in more information, I was able to come a more a rounded answer. Because most of the time, if we have information in our head, we're like, all right, I hear this, this is my answer. But if we actually just sit back and just listen, take in and say, hey, this will usually be my answer. What will be usually the bad responses for those answers? And do I have a reply that's sensible?
Yeah.
We usually don't fire off the same way. So we'd say, hey, you know what, let me stop, let me get some more information. And then you come back and you give a sensible answer itself. You basically lower the level of where the conversation could be, because most of the time when we having conversations itself, the level can be heightened or just or to the floor based on the fact that we're dogged on our specific approach of our thought process.
That's a great point right there, dog. That's real talk right there. That's why a lot of people don't resonate with each other because they going down the hill that they on.
That's a fact. I give you that.
Hmm.
So have you ever done that, Slim? Have you ever like delayed a conversation because you were still trying to collect info?
I mean, like, okay, my other phone been ringing, but I'm vibing right now, so I'm collecting info now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
my friends, I saw a video from Charleston White right a while
Yeah.
ago, and he kind of explained like friends. See, like your friends, man, some of them Bammers are only there for what you was doing. All right, when you get a little older, when they call you, you don't really want to talk to them. Like some people I see, dog, I
Yeah.
have my phone. I might not even say what's up because I don't want you to ask me for my number. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't. My conversations don't really get delayed because I try to give myself. Put it like this: I like to battle with my brain, dog. I'm cool with ignoring people. I'm fine by myself. You know what I'm saying? I 23 and one myself out at home. You know what I'm saying? So like it ain't nothing. So I love information. That's my drug. So I'm actually cool with that.
Like that's solid. That's solid. CJ, same question, bro. Have you ever delayed a conversation because you still collecting info?
Nigga, I've literally done that to you. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've done that to you on this pod. I've done that to you in real life on the phone.
Yeah.
Nigga blew me up at like 8 in the morning. Hey, I so boom. This, that, and the third going on. What you want to do? The fuck you mean?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
going on? What happened? Hold on, nigga. Let me
Yeah.
get the booger out my eye. Hold on. Let me call you back. Let me. The fuck?
That's a
No,
fact.
I'm not about to. I'm too, bro. I'm from a very, very OCD SF tactical family, bro. You don't answer nothing or do nothing without all the information. You can have the information. Here's another thing. You can have the information, but if the opportunity to get more information comes out, you'd rather get more information than to just respond with the information you got. You ever went to a
Yeah.
job where, oh, this person teaching you how to do the job, and then at some point another person there teaches you how to do the same thing, and instead of saying like, oh no, you're good, somebody already taught me that, instead you'd rather them teach you also, because what they about to
Yep.
do? They're about to teach you their version of it.
There
You
you
see what I'm
go.
saying?
There you
That's
go.
true.
So it's like I've never been the person that's like, when I get a job or something and somebody's teaching me something, even if I know more than them, I've had that happen. Because boy, I'll never forget when I got the operation manager position and I went to the conversion floor and I'm about to activate the whole entire B side to get everything running. And the lady was like, oh, you must be new. I'll show you how to do it. I could have corrected her and everything. I'm basically her boss now. But instead of correcting her, but like, oh, I'm the new operation manager. I'm actually your boss. Like, I'm good. I don't need your help. I just said, go ahead. Yeah, let's see. Because I wanted to see if she was going to do anything different than what I already knew. She didn't, but it was just the fact that I didn't want to correct her. I didn't want to stop her. Because I'm big on, I want to get information.
Yeah.
I never want the opportunity. The information could have been given, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. You see what I'm saying? So no, I'm definitely gonna delay a conversation, pause a conversation, because I could have missed out on some good information. No, sometimes the littlest fucking information can actually have a very big impact in your life later.
That's true.
Little stuff.
Touche.
That's true.
Touche.
So there's three
I'm gonna tell
types
you,
of
see, go ahead.
Go ahead. My bad,
I got
Strada.
you.
Let me just say. So there's three types of ways to process information. We got analytical, aggression, and accommodation. See, the accommodator itself will automatically say that, hey, by all means, go ahead. Let me see how you do it. Oh, that's great. And then they'll take that information and stride itself. When it comes down to the analytical person will sit there and wait and watch, because them waiting and watching itself, they get enough information, they can make astute decisions on how to process and move with that person. Now, the aggressor, he's automatically just going to go in and do the thing that he already had planned in his head, because he automatically looks at it as like, I need to take charge of this situation. So when it comes down to silence, how we all deal with silence in those situations are all different. The analytical person will be a little more reserved. They sit back. The accommodator itself would just go along with the conversation and wait to get in where they fit in, and the aggressor just automatically jumps in.
I like it. And I ain't gonna lie. I think that first off, that was excellent information.
Yeah, you fucked my head up with this now.
That was solid. I appreciate that, Frank. Now I was gonna say, CJ, that's kind of a rule of thumb I have when I'm being trained at any job, is I tell them all, talk to me as if I know nothing. And like you said, because my knowledge, not saying that I don't know, but again, in a new environment, you all might have a nuance I've never seen or never had to do. So I know how to do it where I came from, my experience, but I want to, like you said, give the chance for the improvement to happen naturally too. Because if I tell you I know it, now you're defensive and you might, to your point, gatekeep some information I might actually need later. So I want to hear the way you're doing it. And again, like you said, to me, sometimes I get the corrections, other times I don't. A lot of times the people that are doing it, to your point, when people think you already have the information, they're very nonchalant and they become very vague when they're talking to you because they assume you already know it. It's like, don't assume, because I'm not sure that what I know and what you know aligns, and you might withhold something that I really might need. So, like you said, regardless of the position, I've been doing this shit for probably the last 10, 12 years of any job I go to. When I show up, yeah, you did this. Yeah, that's cool. And when it's time to train, I say the same thing. Talk me as if I know nothing. Explain it as if I know nothing. Because again, it helps me process it the way I need to get the jewel I need out of it, versus trying to bulldog on what I think I know. You know, and also to answer the actual question, I think in my relationship, that's something that I do a lot when I delay a convo. When I'm talking about like expressing emotion, I need more time to process not what I'm feeling, because I know exactly what I'm feeling in the moment, but to be able to articulate it to my old lady in a way to where it's not rude, I don't have to apologize, and it's concise. Because it's kind of hard to explain, right? So having an emotion is natural. Explaining an emotion can lead to misunderstanding and can cause conflict. So before I do that, I take a little longer to make sure that I'm aware of what the hell I'm feeling, and I can communicate in a way where it's a conversation, and now it's not an argument. And I found that even slowing that little thing up makes a difference in how we communicate feelings. So that's an actual example of something that I do like real time all the time.
Yeah, given time to basically lower the intensity of is it the intensity? Yeah, is it the intensity of the emotion, or is it just the delivery?
Both.
Okay.
Depending on the scenario, but most of the time, like I said, it's both. Because like you said, I'm very black and white in my brain, and I could be cold. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing how to, I know what my words do to people, and I think the older I've gotten, I'm in the process of becoming more tactful, so that at least in my relationship and around, I don't have to do a lot of apologizing as I got older, because if I said it, I thought about it and I meant it. Good, better, and different, right? And so, it just made me more tactful with how I talk. The pod helps too, for sure. Like just talking my thoughts out with y'all is dope. That helps me in this, but I found that, in my relationship, my actual relationship, I will delay a conversation to understand an emotion to talk about it better, for sure.
But you see how like just think about it as like us as some teenagers, and like we're just trying to get into like a new group itself, and you just listening to a conversation, you're trying to jump in. And like, I don't know about y'all, but my adolescent thought was, hey, let me try to find out a good moment to tell a good joke.
Right.
Because
trying to wait for your moment.
no matter right. So my introduction itself is more so playful than too serious or too opinionated based off of I don't know these group of people. But when it comes down to it, I know for the most part everybody enjoys a joke or somebody trying to level set something, especially when they're somebody new. Until the new guy is either too fly or too funny, and now you start coming at people's spots, and they gotta talk to you.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
But I'm just thinking about how Well, I was just thinking about how you framed that strata itself because it goes back to my point that I made earlier. That we got to take time to sit back and just let the conversation play out in our head before we just react. Because I think more time than not, we hear things that get us triggered because we're humans, and based off of the relationship we have with that person, we act accordingly. So if there's a relationship with a person that you've always given grace itself, and then they overstep that bound one too many times, and now you snap at them, and they're like, "Oh, what's good with you?" And he's like, "Nah, you've taken what I've given too far."
Right.
So now this is the way I react.
Yeah.
So but the whole thing about that reaction itself, even if you think about it yourself, is this the camel that broke the last straw? Why the relationship either has to change, or can I just let it rock and then to have the conversation later?
Touche. I like that. That's solid. So I got one more video and one more question. They don't necessarily correlate, but I think it'll get us to a nice, neat ending on the show, because if not, we'll be here for another 3 hours. And I got a huge workload tomorrow, pause. So what y'all want to do first? Y'all want to do video or the question?
Hey, you the host. Let's rock.
Fuck it. Do the video and then we'll follow the question.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was thinking of video, but I wanted to. The question is pretty solid, and I was like, which one of these? So this video is super short. Again, it's like 18 seconds, but we'll go through the video first, and I'll ask the last question. Let me know if it's too quick. If y'all need to play it again, I'm pretty sure you probably won't. But if I need to play it twice, I will. Let's get to it, man.
Going 50-50, who brings what to the table, high value, low value, masculine, feminine. These are not arguments or conversations that people who are actually in healthy marriages or relationships are having. What are we even talking about?
Oh man, that's my boo-boo right there. Yeah, that's my boo-boo. Yeah.
Oh, word. I just found the video, bro. I didn't know who that was.
I don't know her. I'm saying
okay.
She is saying what I've been saying. Like I don't mean to start it. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
You
can go to the next person.
Cook up. You cool, bro. Get to it.
Okay. What she's saying is like what we talking about with this information overload. Like, so masculine and all that, it's about 30 words that people use that you really You know, you don't do that. Like all that stuff I see, me and my wife don't do that. Stride, I'm pretty sure you and your people don't do that. CJ, whoever you with, you're not in there using the word masculine, and you're not even in there using like you don't have the Kevin Samuels talk. You don't have the any none of that. You just in there. Because the only reason why she like you, because you got a little bit of charisma and you're funny. You know what I'm saying? You might be fly or whatever. I'm straight, so I can't tell you all that. But I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, she's right though. It goes back to what we're saying, bro. This is virtue signaling for the likes and the money and the popularity. They ain't really trying to help your relationship for real. When I be watching some of these shows, I be like, man, if I hit the like button one more time, let me read these super chats. Let me read these super chats. All right. You know what I'm saying? So, and look, and then, you hear certain stuff. And, some of that information for your relationship should be, I shouldn't use this word, should be a little bit free. Like it should just be a conversation, just like what we doing. I think we having a conversation between four brothers. It's some information being passed back and forth. All right. And, you can take what you want out of it. I ain't saying take every piece, but, I think she's right, man. Oh man, I love her, man. I can't love. Yeah, that's my boo boo right there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, she's solid. Like you said, I had to find somebody of color. That's the one. I'm like, yeah, that's the one. Let's go, CJ. What you think, and then we'll get Frank's thoughts on it. I know it was short, but we'll just video first.
I mean, she basically answered the question you had earlier, like what's like some of like the rhetoric that gets said on social media. Like she basically just said it all in a nutshell, just in one video. But yeah, that's damn near all the main ones. That whole 50-50, the table, all that dumb shit, like or how they like, oh, he's gotta be 6'2", full 6-figure nigga, bro. She gotta be able to cook, clean, and shut up, like all that dumb shit. Like so. When I be hearing it in social media, and me being a guy that has like I have jobs and careers and shit I do in life where I'm always around a lot of motherfuckers on a daily basis in person. I don't see this conversation at all. It's strict. That's why I said on social media, it works good for the algorithm. It works good if you're trying to get those numbers. It's going to get you trending scores going to go crazy. Yeah. But in the long run, it's very damaging to those in the audience that are like that don't lack the mental capacity to know how to decipher this shit, which is most. You know what I'm saying?
Solid. I like it. Frank, what you think about the video, bro?
So, well, I think she's attractive, one. But besides that,
yeah, she definitely is, Frank. She definitely is, Frank.
So, I think that's remember when you was posing the question about the echo chamber. I think that's what it is. Those are just the categories and caveats of the echo chambers that you fall within, right? So if you feel 6 figures, you feel this, we got this on the menu, we got that on the menu. Hey, do you subscribe to this? What are y'all really trying to get to? Is what she's trying to, her point is. And my thought process is why I told you like the social media thing is I'm consuming too much, because me trying to like understand the psychology of people, it's actually putting me in a box, because it's like, well, I don't align with this. I do understand the point of this, but they still are describing this thing in a way that is not consumable to most people. But those people don't care about the message. They care about who's the messenger in certain things. Oh, when it comes to this rhetoric is nuts itself, but then you can hear a nuance in it. People can act to, but they might not see the nuance because all they care about other people, and they says that that's the thing. It's supposed to react and move. It really does create so many separations compared to the thing that we so-called saying that we want to be together. So it actually obfuscates us from the goal, and we really don't get to be actual human beings. We actually are trying to fit ourselves a round peg in a square box.
Yeah, touche. I like it. I do got what I do. Now here's the last question I have for you, and I think that after this, coming to the solution will make sense. So my question is, based off everything we talked about tonight, fellas, if we had to button down and pin this down to a root cause or a problem, would we say that what's happening with this information overload, is it external, meaning is it the media, or is it internal, meaning how we're consuming it and what we're getting from it is a problem? If we had to put one root cause of this, so what the hell caused all this overload? Is it external, being the media, or is it us and how we're discerning the information? Which one weighs more? Frank, Slim, and then
I'll go.
CJ.
I'll go internal because this was something that was taught to me by I think it's brother-in-law that taught it to me, but one of my OGs. He said you can't be in an accident if you're not there. So internal, you guys can't automatically you decide what to consume. You decide what is actually supposed to be thing works or doesn't. As people, we have to automatically take information itself and fit it to the morals and standards that we actually have, and then automatically say this makes sense or that doesn't. And then when we hear narratives, be able to go against the narratives based off the principles that we all align with.
Okay. Like Slim, same question.
I'm gonna
We had to
say
find a root cause for this. Which one?
I'm gonna say it's the multi-ethnic demons in action. That'll be the media. Uh, so basically, I'm gonna put it on them because I'm really not hating on it. I mean, that's kind of their job to be what they are, but we really are in today's world controlled by our phones and social media. So I'll say it's external. It's external would make it internal. Because the outside really control the inside right now in today's world. If you understand what I mean by that, so
Yeah.
I'll say it's the media, but I mean that's their job. Once again, it's back to people on the food chain and what people here for. Now it's your job, once you get to that solution part, I can tell you some solutions to beat it. But you know, but it's your job to try to think differently. But when we get to the solutions, I got solutions. I'm waiting on that segment there.
Yeah, we going there next for sure. CJ, on a scale, which one is tipping it more to the favor, external or internal?
I'm gonna have to say it's actually external.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it is that so when they're on social media, all right, let me try to go further back. Before anybody knew who the fuck Kevin Samuel was, I used to watch that nigga back in like 2013 on YouTube, 2014 on YouTube, when he was this skinny, big, lollipop head ass old man that showed you how to wear certain colors together with suits, how to do different type of ties. I didn't know what the fuck a Windsor tie was until I saw him do it. The only thing I knew about Windsor was the town that's in the county I live in. And then he showed how to do a Windsor tie. Then I learned that, don't always just use colognes with the spray. Sometimes you spray one area and then you get like an oil-based type of cologne and put it in the same spot. It'll last longer, to the point it'll surpass getting washed in clothes. And at 33, I found out that still does that to this day. That's still information that I got over like damn near 10 years ago from him. I still use today, So there's in the media, there are people that actually give good information. Then there's those that give obviously bad information. But at some point, both those people started doing the opposite in the same sentences. The person that was giving good information started giving bad information. The person that was giving bad information got tired of it and started giving good information, but they kept the same audience. They just simply accumulated other people to come into their audience. So now you have these people that come across these folks and want to learn information, whatever it is from them, but they're not knowing what parts of the cipher from, right? So they just kind of take it all in and either get the overload or they pick they pick this part, and who knows if that's the good one, who knows if that's the bad one. Now, I say all that to say there are actual pages where people give information. People don't know if that's the good information or not. Like pages on how to do crypto, how to do stock, how to do like owning homes or flipping houses. You don't know if any of that information is good or not neither. But there's also an audience for that. So I would blame the media, because if it wasn't for the fact that folks make money off of it, most of you motherfuckers wouldn't be posting videos anyway. Which would leave people that actually want to take the time out their day to put videos out because they actually want to give you the good information, not thinking about the money. You see what I'm saying? So I would blame it on the media. If they took the cost of it away, it would leave just the folks that actually just want to give information, because they feel like you need to learn how to fix a car. You need to learn how to do your own taxes. You know what I'm saying? They actually want to give the good information, but it's crowded with all the bullshit too.
Touche. Scam Likely, what's going on, my brother? How are you?
He wanted to wait until he finished eating his vegan meal to finally come up here.
Mr. Scam.
Motherfucker did like 4 sets of 100 push-ups, had a vegan meal, and now he like, I guess I'll come up here and say something.
No, I just put on 10 pounds and dropped 5 of them. I'm eating bad. I'm gonna get it back.
That was a weight vest. Stop it.
No, I'm gonna get it back in order. We'll beat you on a 2-mile run too.
Hey, good luck.
Yeah,
you talking about that toilet? You gonna try to get that toilet back in order?
He said he can run 2 miles and 12 something. That's flying.
Hey, my
12.
time as of, I gotta get my notebook. I want to say that was December 1st. It was just like 3-4 days ago. December, whatever the first was, but I have the day. My time is 11:58.
Oh no, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
I ain't never doing that.
Oh wait, no, it's in this phone. Hold on, I'll tell you.
God.
Yeah.
You're talking 2 miles, real 2 miles, not treadmill.
No, real 2 miles. I go to the track.
God, 11:58.
Yeah. No, it's November 30th. It was Sunday. 11 minutes and 57 seconds. 2 mile run.
Yeah, you got it.
Awesome.
And to this day, I will say with my whole chest, I actually hate running, but it's my best thing.
All right. Well,
if I can run 2 in 11:57, I would love running. I'd love it.
That's funny. Does it sound like a challenge? I would. Hey, shit, we can go live. Y'all can both get on the track.
He 11. He can keep
get
it.
his ass. I would try step the whole fucking way. I probably break my own record just because.
Right.
11? No.
Okay. I like it. Scab, you been watching the show, bro?
Yeah. Off and on. Okay. Good question. Internal or external?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say internal.
Okay. Tell me why.
It's kind of like the same thing with feminism, or the things they say where they took the black fathers out the home, or they act like everything was perfect. Then the media came, and these super sane people who were married 20 years just jumped out the roof one day because they heard of a high value man. No. Most of these people are already screwed the hell up. The relationship's been screwed up since before we had TV or radio or even a rock. Media doesn't help. It's nothing but a steroid to a problem that's already happening. When we was in high school or college, whenever, there were the dudes who just couldn't get no women. Y'all hear them police? What the hell happened here? Oh, they're going that way.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Solid.
He said they going that way.
Solid.
I ain't about to do 20. I'm good.
Respect.
But no, the problem has to already be going on for you to be able to sit and listen to masculine and feminine and 50-50. There got to be something already going on. You got to be almost gone or close to the ledge. Hear these dumb talking points that don't even make no sense, and then make it your life, and then marinate in this space, fighting women all day or fighting men all. That's just my thing. But I won't say that media is helping or it's neutral. It actually is just a steroid, so it does make it worse too. but most of
Hey,
it is
look.
a problem already.
Hey, Scam. Do you
Yeah,
consider the people that you get that information from a form of media?
the people.
So,
Do I
like, it's
consider the
Kevin
people?
Samuels. Matter of fact, it's Strata Media.
Good question.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I mean by
Well,
the
hold
media.
on. SPS podcast is media.
Yeah,
Strata
yeah,
is
that's what I
Strata
mean.
because I know, and Strata's a legit, solid, regular person.
I know that's what I
SPS
mean. That's
podcast is
yeah.
media, but he chooses not to be the goofy stuff.
Thank you. That means a lot,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah.
I like that. That means a lot. That means a lot, Scam.
Actually,
Appreciate
all
it.
y'all up here are people who can have a real conversation about real stuff.
Yeah,
But most of the rest is the goofing dudes.
that is a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. So, Scam, you came in the perfect part of the show. This is your favorite part of the show. And I think it's DC Slims as well. Actually, all of the brothers up here, y'all all love this part of the show because it's my favorite part of the show. Now we just get to talk solutions. And I'm not gonna go round robin. Let's start firing them off, man. How are we gonna fix this? What are we doing to the person that's been watching this stuff that you think is been over consuming it, they're overwhelmed, and they're stuck with paralysis? How are we gonna help? Take as much time as you need. We good.
I'll
Shit.
start.
Okay.
Number one, identify the damn problem. The real, actual problem. Most of the time, the solution is in the problem. So the 50-50 and all the goofy, that ain't the problem. The problem, you can't get the women's. You're mad at your ex. You can't sling the wood, and all you can do is rub it around the edges. Slick Dick Jimmy took your ex, and you can't get over. Whatever it is.
Whoa.
Or the chick, she's stuck over her 4 baby dad. Whatever. Identify the problem.
Well, that means he
I'll
know
just
the
leave it there
problem.
to start.
Yeah, he know the problem. He just ain't
They know the
trying
problem.
to
Well,
go
when we
at it.
talk to when we talk to the people, I'll say this because I'm a troll. I'm gonna try to shit a mic. The goof comes in talking about all child support. I give a real life example. Wall child support, dude. How many kids you got? I don't have none. How much child support are you paying for no kids?
Yeah, I love that
With
one.
the
That one's
system,
funny.
dude. How much
I love
child
that one.
support are you paying for no kids?
Yeah, that's that.
Meaning, make them eat their bullshit and eventually tell you what the real problem is, or they'll just run. I'll leave it at that. I ain't gonna hold the mic.
That's solid. Anybody else? That's
Look, I
solid.
say
I like
find what you love and let it kill you. All right.
Ooh.
That's the look. I can't. I don't play moral high ground, right? I don't play moral high ground, but I'm gonna say whatever you gonna commit to, be great at it. Look, if you gonna be a drug dealer, be the greatest. If you gonna sell cars, be the greatest. Cause I ain't here to tell you what to do, cause I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you this though. Kobe Bryant, that shit all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't tell you what to do and change your algorithm a little bit, cause see, really your intake, depending on what you watching, I think it'll hurt you. Cause if you ain't ready to be scared, then you ain't ready to go down that road, dog.
solid. I like it. Frank or
I think
TJ,
we
either
should.
or. Go ahead, Frank.
I think we should be smart. And what I mean by be smart, be specific, measurable, actionable, responsible, and time bound. Anytime that we have a certain issue, problem, or just analyzing data itself, be able to take the information, measure it to what you need it to be, create the action that needs to be responsible on how you use that action, and set a time. And then from that, take that information that you did, all those actions, and review it. If it fits the prescription of what people were saying to you, continue to be able to use what they got because you got something better. If it doesn't fit what you move on. That's how you build your 1,000 hours.
My dog. Okay. I like it.
Yeah,
CJ, what you
cut
got,
people
bro?
off too. Don't forget that. Cut motherfuckers off. Some of them people, man, you hanging around is a good
They
old
ain't meant
weight
to
on
be in
your
your
back.
life.
That's why you can't get nowhere.
That's a fact. That's a fact. What you got for us, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, I think they done put the nail on the coffin for sure. I think, damn,
Yeah.
listen, y'all motherfuckers, if you gonna go on this social media and watch these videos and all this stuff, if something sounds too in line with what you feeling in the moment, pause yourself, pause the video, and take time to break down what she it said and understand, is that really bad? Is that really good? Is it really beneficial, or could it hurt you in the long run? Imagine yourself, if you're in a relationship, or imagine yourself in a relationship, do you think that information would actually benefit you and your partner, or your wife, or your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call each other? Do you feel like that really will benefit y'all, or do you feel like it will hurt? And if you're watching this stuff, or you're consuming this stuff on social media, but yet you try to do it away from their significant other, it's probably because in the back of your mind, you know this ain't even good information. It's just selfish information for you. It ain't something that's gonna benefit both of y'all. And that's why you don't be like, hey babe, come watch this information with me. Hey, how you feel about this? The fact that you don't put them involved in it when they're the person that you're with, that lets you know in the back of your mind, that shit probably ain't even good information. You just won't admit to it because you like it, because you feel like it's gonna benefit you in your position, but you also in the back of your mind know that it would belittle the person you with. It would make them have to submit or knock them down, or they got to make changes, alterations, but yet they obviously ain't making no changes for you. So whatever stuff that you want to look into and watch, it better be some information that is willing to change and improve and grow both of you together, not some shit that's supposed to just make them make changes. Otherwise, turn that shit the fuck off.
Turn that
That's
shit
it.
off.
Like, I put the bow in it, man. I think that hey man, a lot of food out there. Know when to step away from the buffet line, man. Like, you have to know when to step away from the buffet line, bro. Like, eat what's on your plate. Know when your
That buffet
sustenance.
line is a good one.
Yeah, like, this is a buffet of info. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The buffet of information is there. It won't be there, and it never shuts down. This is a 24-hour buffet of info. Know when you've had enough sustenance. Know when it's time to empty your plate. Know when it's time to actually taste what it is that you are
Nigga making me hungry.
And then when it's time to go up for seconds and what you're getting when you're going back to the buffet line. Treat this like a buffet, man. But the key to a buffet and being effective, first, I think buffets feeds to greed, but y'all follow the analogy, right? The key to a buffet is knowing yourself, knowing your appetite, and knowing specifically what you want. Anything other than that, it turns it into greed. And greed is gonna have you fucked up out here.
Yeah. On behalf of SPS, thank you for joining us and be blessed. We hope you left with more if you came in with less. Turn on the notifications now so you can see what's next. Tune in next time, the panel and topics gon' be crazy. Can we all come to a conclusion if we try? Yeah, maybe. We the ones with angles that the others can't see. We the channel that you need to check out every week. It's the SP, that's part of SP, that's part of SP, that's part of. We like to thank you. SP, that's part of SP, that's part of SP, that's part of. Till the next time, we pray you be safe and tune in, like, share, and sub. Tell upon gon' tune in and we out. On behalf of SPS, thank you for joining us and be blessed. We hope you left with more if you came in with less. Turn on the notifications now so you can see what's next. Tune in next time, the panel and topics gonna be crazy. Can we all come to a conclusion if we try? Yeah, maybe. We the ones with angles that the others can't see. We the channel that you need to check out every week. It's the SP, that's part of SP, that's part of SP, that's part of. We like to thank you. SP, that's part of SP, that's part of SP, that's part of. Till the next time, we pray you be safe and tune in, like, share, and sub. Tell upon her gon' tune in and we out. We out, we out, we out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On behalf of SP.